Greetings, adventurers, and welcome back to the Stream of Blood and to our Call of Cthulhu 7th edition Chronicle campaign, the Neptune Society. I am your keeper, your master of horrors, your master of ceremonies. Has the Crypt Keeper ever used that one? I should have a full Crypt Keeper style monologue every time this starts. People would love that. Sound off in the chat about how much you'd love that. Okay. Guys, I'm so happy that we've made it to the third and final part of our epic Vernzian journey into the bowels of the earth. It took us a session and a half to even get into the Hollow Earth. But once we got there, boy, stuff started happening fast and furiously. We had dinosaur attacks. We had strange mutant natives attacking our crew. We had Helen Klein, played by Becca Scott, of course, rushing off on some insane side quest and almost dying. Tonight, I keep promising this, but tonight it's gonna be fatal. Can our adventurers find their way into the lost city of Gaharn in the center of the earth? Can they find some sort of magic to cure Quincy Ferrymore? Can they unravel the horrible secret of the Eye of Mordian? We will find out tonight. So thank you for joining us. I'm going to bring in our players. First, let's bring in this gentleman. He is a fantastic improviser who brings it so hard on this stream that he's got special effects. We're using filters. We're giving you the full mutant ape slash feral creature experience that you ask for in your role-playing streams. This guy's just so funny, and we just love playing with him. As Quincy Ferrymore, the transforming big game hunter, please welcome Zach Reno, everybody.
Hello.
Hey, buddy.
Yes,
how are you doing?
I'm doing very well. Will we do all those things that you hinted at, or will we just hunt a dinosaur for 2 hours and die in the process? I don't know.
I mean, you know, my policy, as long as everybody's having fun, hunting a dinosaur for 2 hours works for me.
Absolutely. I love all of the actual plot hooks that we should probably be following, and I imagine that today we'll actually get to some of them. But happy to be back as always.
Yes, no, we're happy to have you, and I wonder if Quincy Ferrymore, if there's some way to cure him somewhere down here in the Hollow Earth. We should think about that because, you know, what do you think's happening to him? You think he'll eventually become one of those awful beasts that he's seen on this journey?
That does seem to be what all of the evidence is hinting towards. But from Quincy's point of view, can't cure what ain't sick. So we'll see what happens.
So he's not going to help himself. Hopefully his colleagues can.
He must leave it to the smart, the more capable women and men around him to sort of both identify and handle the problem.
Well, let's bring those capable men and women onto the screen here. This guy is a incredible comedian, actor, and he is a game designer. And he is playing the tomb robber, Ian Pembley. Please welcome my good pal, Mr. Andrew Orvidal.
Hello, thanks for having me.
Hey, thanks. How are you, buddy? How's your weekend?
Great.
Yeah, I'm getting really messed up on some LaCroix right now.
Ooh, baby. Yeah, I've got my hot tea. It's going to be an all-nighter.
Woo! We are out of control here on the Stream of Blood.
Got pure vodka water. Ooh. I have water. Only water.
If you put the vodka in an Nalgene like that, it makes it so much sadder than just in the bottle. A new bottle. A new plastic.
What kind of LaCroix are we talking here, Jared?
We're talking a mango LaCroix, a mango. Oh, and look, I still have like a green screen up, so it's showing half of the map of Iboria.
Well, drink that. Good God.
We're so happy that you've tuned in to Dad's Letting Loose, and now I am going to bring in your next player. She isn't a dad letting loose. She is a friend being excellent on my stream, and I'm so happy that she can join us for this storyline. She plays a woman who kicks ass, a soldier of fortune, a traveler, a vagabond, if you will, and she's, I think, only one or two people in this adventure who's been actively trying to keep people alive. Please welcome actress, very talented performer, Claire Grant as Valda LeBeau, everybody.
Hi.
How's it going?
It's good. I am excited to be here and save everyone and gather all the gold.
Yes, the gold, the beautiful gold. You can get
Yes.
gold fever, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. And then you just have to like lug it with you back up, thousands of feet out of the crust of the earth.
Problem for later, Jared.
Easy.
There's a
peasy.
pulley
Yeah.
system. There's a pulley system. We established it. Let me bring in the master of the pulley system. You might know her from LA by Night or the Calyx or any number of live role-playing streams. You might have also seen her on Shudder. She is playing a pirate who loves her rum, a Victorian pirate. They did exist, everybody. I researched it. And she's just fantastic. Please welcome as Isla McGregor, Josephine McAdam. Kabam.
Hello there. How are you doing tonight?
That was a great entrance.
Thank you. I thought I'd be a little more sultry today.
Thank you. Well, you're bringing, if you bring sultry energy, you realize you're bringing the exact opposite of any type of energy I ever bring.
That's fine.
Yeah.
You bring the best energy, Jared.
I bring a lot of energy.
There's nothing you need to change.
See, that's what I like. See, this is what it's about when you perform with people supporting each other.
Yeah.
What?
That was so cruel.
Did someone see?
Nothing. We saw nothing.
Okay. All right. Well, Joe, we're so happy you're here tonight with your entire cabinet of whiskey behind you, and you will just drink a big swig every time you lose sanity, right?
I'm sure that who owns this will not mind at all.
Okay, excellent.
I see a Hibiki harmony.
Oh, damn. I think that's an expensive one. Well, as Joe prepares to pick a lock behind her, I'm going to bring in our final player, our fifth player. She's unpredictable, but that's the way we like her. You've seen her on the Neptune Society a whole bunch of times, and you've seen her die a whole bunch of times. She's really funny, talented, and she has her own streaming project called the Good Time Society. You should check out as Helen Klein, the naturalist and lunatic. Becca Scott, everybody.
I wasn't sure if you were going to bring me on. I thought you might have been like, just leave her out this time. I don't know.
No. How are you kidding? No man left behind. Are you crazy?
I'm sorry I ran off last time. It's just I had to be true to Helen.
And you should keep being true to Helen. I don't think that there should be any Call of Cthulhu keeper who's like, uh-oh, my players are doing something risky and crazy. I better stop them from doing it.
Slow down. Hide from the monsters. Don't get hurt.
That is the name of the game in Call of Cthulhu, is taking some risks and seeing all the horrible things that happen when you do that. But I would like for all of my incredible players tonight to just reiterate really quickly what their goal is down here. And they can have different ones, of course. So I'm going to go around to each player, and you can kind of just tell me what you think your character is trying to do right now in the expedition. It could be get jewels, it could be, discover something. And then also, could you just kind of let me know how you're doing health wise, so that all of our viewers kind of know, how everybody's doing in terms of their hit points. And maybe if your sanity is kind of low right now, you'll let us know. Becca, can we start with you? What's Helen Klein up to down here, and how's she doing?
Helen Klein is in absolute heaven. She never dreamed of seeing so many creatures within a short span of time, ones not known by the scientific community. It is her ultimate goal to bring back a creature never before seen and gain acclaim and fame in the scientific community by doing so. And miraculously, even though she stabbed herself in the gut in order to potentially invite some sort of demon smoke lady queen into her body because it sounded very cool and powerful. But that didn't work out because everybody else thought, no, this is a bad idea and I'm going to stop it from happening and stop me from bleeding out. So I'm back at full health somehow.
That was amazing. Yeah, I think someone critted on like their role to help you. So that's good.
Josephine did, and you were very kind with the amount of hit points I could get back. My sanity is creeping lower and lower, and I've never had much luck to start with, and didn't much need it yet.
Very good, and that sort of helped us recap a little of our storyline too, because everybody at this point is a little afraid of Helen, I think, but you know, reasonably. So now, Isla McGregor, can you tell me what you think Isla's goal is at this point in the story, and what her sanity and HP are at roughly?
Yeah, well, so I think Isla came down with one thing in mind, which is loot, treasure, what she could come out of this with. But now that we've been adventuring and she's laid eyes on Helen Klein and all of her antics, you know, you say that we might be a little scared of her. I think that Isla's more like scare roused by the whole situation.
Danger can be attractive, right? An element of danger to a person,
especially to a pirate. So the goals are starting to shift a little bit. Think I can get out of here with more than just treasure. Hopefully.
Very good. Interesting. Well, we'll see. We'll see. What do you, yeah.
My health is at 5 currently.
Oh, no.
Okay.
I believe I got speared with a poisonous spear is through my stomach, shoulder, somewhere.
It went in deep, regardless of the location.
Yes. So that's currently there. Sanity's pretty fine. I'm okay with it, with what's happened. Around in the 60s. And otherwise, luck, not so great. I've been spending luck. It's the pirate's way, though.
And in order to really kind of turn the screws on this group, I don't think I'm going to let them roll for more luck, because I gave them a lot at the top. I've been generous with healing, as Becca has reminded me. So I think we're going to roll to re-up our luck here in this chapter. I'll also say that, just remind everybody that Isla McGregor, the mirror that you trapped the spirit of Queen Nitocris in, the spirit that Becca was just discussing. Yeah. Isla McGregor, after you all buried it to kind of get rid of it or hide it for later, Isla McGregor snuck back unbeknownst to the other characters and dug it up. And she has that mirror on her person with the spirit, an ancient spirit inside of it. We'll see what happens with that.
It's true.
Claire Grant, how is Valda LeBeau doing? And what do you think her goal is at this point in the story?
Well, I think Valda is, she is, dead set on finishing the job she set out to do 10 years ago with Quincy and Ian. And I have a feeling that they stayed in contact all of these years. So she's rather invested in their friendships, particularly. And she wants to find the treasure and the secrets that are down below the center of the universe. And, I think she's also interested in seeing if she can help Quincy. She is very suspicious of Helen and Isla, and she's actually doing pretty good right now. So she has 14 health, which is great. And when you allowed us to roll for luck last time, I was at 48, but I rolled a 53.
What? Did I allow you to roll a whole D100?
Oh, that's why I had so much luck.
You did. You said I could roll.
That's insane.
I don't know.
That's against the rules.
Well,
wait. You didn't do that for all of us.
Yeah, I didn't do that
either. I don't think I did. Well, guess what? I'm not going to be a complete asshole and be like, take it all away, but I'm going to be very careful about where I let you use it. So I'm going to sometimes tell you no, because of course, look, sometimes I'm using the rules in this very excellent game, and sometimes I'm just making shit up. I hope everybody out there in Streamland knows that. Okay, so you're healthy, you're happy, you're lucky, but you've got some problems. Juggling keeping a lot of plates in the air. Is that how we say it? So good luck, Valda. And now Ian Pembley, your goal and your status.
I think Ian Pembley's original goal was he wanted, like Valda, wanted to explore more of this mysterious underground location after kind of barely exploring it last time. And he was also interested in, he has this ruby that gives him flashes of morbid futures, the Eye of Mordigia, which has been sort of steadily corrupting him over these like 10 years. So I think he's also looking for some answers about the Eye of Mordigia. But if there's one constant theme when he looks into the Eye of Mordigia, it's Quincy Ferrymore turning into a horrible beast and attacking people. That's the running program on the Eye of Mordigia. So I think now more than ever, even though he started pretty selfishly, I think if he could find some help for Quincy, he would also do that. And he said, like, I'm at like middle health, middle sanity, and middle luck, I would say. 47 sanity, 50 something luck, 53 luck.
Okay. Yeah, so you're doing okay on all of those things. Okay, very good. And finally, Quincy Ferrymore, can you tell us a little bit about where you think your character's headed, and also how your luck and sanity and everything are?
If you look on the character sheet, I think you would get the impression that Quincy Ferrymore is actually doing fine. But then if you dig a little deeper into that via where the intelligence is at, and the thing that is not sort of quantifiable on the character sheet, you might also get the impression that Quincy Ferrymore is in much more danger than he actually realizes.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think that he is, in terms of what he's trying to do, it's similarly, he and Valda and Pembley have been trying to get back here for a decade. He's immediately distracted by a big dinosaur that I think he does want to hunt, but also he's, I think, smart enough to know that that's maybe going to have to wait. And I don't think he thinks he could kill it with the current weapons he has. So
bigger weapons.
We're going to look for a cannon. We're going to look for something big to shoot the big dinosaur with. And then apart from that, I think that Quincy has probably forgotten what the point of being here actually is. And he's going to sort of follow Valda and Pembley to wherever they're going. It did occur to me that the first adventure that Quincy was in was actually not with Pembley and Valda, and he did accidentally glimpse Atlantis in that. So yeah. I wonder if he has any idea where he is.
He might be getting confused and think he's still on the Atlantis adventure. This all sounds in character for him. Well, I wish him luck. Look, let's get into the chaos. I'm going to set the scene for our intrepid investigators. Good luck, everybody. You have crawled down into the hollow earth. Right now, you are beside a flowing river that's coming down from a majestic waterfall. All around you are the smells of a teeming Mesozoic jungle. Occasionally, you see an insect of enormous size buzz by, drinking the huge plants, the strange alien-looking plants that kind of hang around you. To the west and to the north, you can see a mountain rising up out of the landscape, and that mountain has atop it a structure, a ziggurat. And you noticed it particularly when you came down the mountain that is to the back of you, to the east, to the southeast, because you kind of, when you entered the hollow earth through a tunnel, you kind of came down this precipitous slope down into this lush valley where this river is flowing, and that is where you saw a brachiosaur, and that is where you've encountered some strange and dangerous natives. But now you are looking up at this ziggurat that is, I think Helen Klein or someone made a roll to determine that that is probably Gaharn, the city that is talked of in the pottery fragments that Helen Klein deciphered. There is a sort of a smoky canopy to the whole space you're in. It doesn't look like the sky. It looks like there's just a kind of a layer of mist above you. Yes, and occasionally that layer of mist, a stalactite breaks through, and then somewhere far off to the north, some sort of light source is shining to illuminate everything in a strange sort of kind of almost bluish sunlight. And now I will ask you, where does your party head next?
Is Ferrymore still walking off after the dinosaur?
Yes, he's gonna. Well, now we'll hunt the dinosaur, and then I think after a second he turns around. He's like, "Is anyone coming with me to hunt the? Do we not want to hunt the dinosaur?"
Absolutely not. We will not be hunting dinosaurs, Mr. Ferrymore.
I've got a spear. I've got a spear sticking out. I need to address first if anyone could possibly.
It would only be fair that I would aid you after you did such a great job patching me up. I'll do my best.
I'm all yours.
Good. So you're going to spend a little time of very reasonably giving aid to Isla McGregor. Why don't you roll your first aid, or if someone has medicine, they may roll medicine.
Well, it bounced out of the dice tray, but that's a 90.
A 90 is probably above your first aid skill. Am I right about that?
It is.
Do you just pull the spear out?
First things first. Out with the old.
No.
Oh,
I'm going to rule that what happens is Helen Klein, being more of a historian, paleontologist, archaeologist, someone who studies the past, you're not much of a doctor. And so while you do bind the wound and stop the bleeding, you don't get all the poison out. And so no healing is given, and I'm not going to allow a bunch of other attempts, as Call of Cthulhu's players always try to do. Oh, now I'll go. Now I'll go. Now I'll go. No, Helen Klein has taken care of it, everybody. Great.
Now
I
I've been feeling good ever since I've been drinking this weird honey I found that had some dead bodies in it. I don't know if you want to
slap the honey out of his hand.
It's in a flask. It's not slappable. It's over here. I'm just saying that if anyone gets really hurt, they should chug down on some of this good mummy honey, as I like.
Really?
Quincy, don't you believe that every time you drink that, you turn more into the monkey creatures that you're trying to not be?
Surely not.
I think everything we find down here comes with a high price.
Speaking of high prices,
Indeed.
What on earth is that big shiny building out in the distance? Am I supposed to remember what it is? Because I do not.
Well,
a spot hidden roll is appropriate. Anybody who'd like to make one right now,
I'll give that a shot.
I have a natural healing kit. Can I use that on myself?
Yes, you may. You may use first aid on yourself using your healing kit. I'm going to rule though that some time is passing as people do these things. How did everybody's spot hidden roll go?
That's a 4. Nope. That's an extreme success.
Is it good? Is it 100 or is it 0?
If it's a 0 and a 0 or a 10 and a 0, that's 100.
100. Cool.
Okay.
Your eyes fall out.
You're blind.
I got an extreme success on my first aid.
Excellent. Well, an extreme success, I'm going to give you a D3 instead of 1 on first aid. Usually first aid gives you 1. In this case, it gives you 2.
Ooh, fancy boy.
Take it.
So Quincy Ferrymore, since you critted that spot hidden, you can go ahead and check that skill, and then I can tell you also that because you are looking up at the ziggurat and up at the structure high above you, you are the one that sees on the slope a white-robed figure. This person looks human. Quite human, dark of skin, dark of hair, and it's kind of hard to tell at this distance whether it is a man or a woman because they're wearing like a long flowing white robe.
I have a game question to ask real quick.
Great.
For the stuff that we had checked last time, do we wait till after this adventure to add that? Because Spot Hidden is already checked for me, so I don't know.
Okay. Why don't you go ahead and try to roll? Let's go ahead and improve it. Go ahead and try to roll over it, and if you do, you can add a D10 to it. You can roll a D10 and add that.
I've got one for library use. Can I go for it?
Of course you may.
So you're trying to roll over when you do?
Yeah, when you improve, you try to roll over.
I did not improve it.
Okay, great. Well, you've checked it this session at the end of this session.
So I can do the other stuff too, though?
Yeah, certainly. How did you do for library use there, Helen? Did you get it? Did it go better?
Well, there are no books, I've noticed. I've been looking everywhere in this river and have not found one.
I know. I know. It makes it tough. Yeah, you can try checking the rest of your skills. Anybody that has a check skill, I'm sorry, I should have handled that before we started. But yes, you can definitely check your skills and let me know if something's changed or you have a question about that. But right now, Quincy, you may let the others know if you wish that you see that this white-robed figure looking down at all of you.
You think that fellow knows what that big building is?
Oh. Well, we should.
I'll kind of fall into a bush.
Okay.
Perhaps we should.
I run after Ian.
Perhaps we should sneak up upon this person and capture them just in case they turn violent. I've learned not to trust the locals. They have spirits.
Well, I like that people are hiding. So is anybody not going to hide? Anybody not going to hide?
Well,
Walk calmly behind the bush.
Very good. So, yes, Isla, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Oh, I feel like penalizing myself slightly for the massive fail on looking at anything. So perhaps I'm just transfixed by Helen's hair at the moment. So I suppose I'll follow wherever Helen goes.
Okay, very good. That's no problem. In fact, I'm not going to make everybody make a stealth check. Let's do kind of a group stealth check. And the way I do this sometimes is I have who was the lead hider? I think that was Ian Pembley. Ian, why don't you make a stealth check, and then everybody else make one too. And if they fail, Ian just takes some sanity because he's stressfully like telling them to hide and stuff like that.
All right. So I had a bunch of stuff checked that I never rolled, but that's okay. I'm not going to bog down the game.
Well, you can do it as we play.
I failed my stealth roll.
Okay.
I got a 7.
Oh, that's very good.
Failed. You tell us afterwards how the checks work.
Yes, I will in just a second. We'll check all of those skills and get that out of the way. So people failed their failed their stealth, and so did Ian Pembley. And so you guys are all hiding, but you're very obviously in these bushes. Yes, Quincy failed as well, and you're sort of yelling at each other and telling each other
which of these
to hide.
bushes is good for hiding? Because this one's got prickly thorns in it. I'm not hiding in the thorny bush.
Why are we in the bushes?
Right, and Isla doesn't even know why you're hiding. And finally, this person descends down the slope and goes out of sight. But you could tell, I think, Ian, it sounded like you were keeping a close eye on them. You could tell that they spotted you before they started quickly kind of coming down the side of the slope. And so now, as this person possibly approaches, everybody that has check skills, let's get those out of the way. So if you have a check skill, you want to try to roll over it the way you'd roll a normal skill check. But if you roll over it, that's great, and you get to roll a D10 and add that much to the skill.
Okay.
And that's
Jared, I rolled a 0 and a 0 on that stealth check.
That means you critically failed, which means you and everybody else have let this person know exactly where you are at, for good or for ill. And they're walking toward us right now. Everybody quickly realizes that they've gotten slightly better at the things that they do.
Some of them realize they are just as bad at things as they were before because they failed all of their improvement rolls.
I will tell everyone, though, I'll be like, I think we've been spotted, whoever that is. They're coming toward us.
Wait, I had an extreme success on my stealth, so maybe I'm in the same bush that everyone else is, but I'm just the only one in the middle of the bush.
Yes, so I think that that's really fair, Miss Helen Klein. So everyone else was clearly spotted, but if you stay still and you don't like kind of yell out to them or anything, you are really hidden right now. And Helen Klein continues. Just the dice are making Helen Klein continue to be sketchy. She's kind of like hiding from everybody else. Okay, did anybody improve a skill? And does anybody else have any questions about that?
Yeah, I've improved a few. I'm just going through all of them. I've never done this, so there's a few.
No problem. Yeah, this is important.
I've improved my charm, my stealth, and my first aid.
Oh my gosh.
Cool.
There's no way you'll have any problems.
Do you erase the check even if you fail it, or only?
Yeah, you erase it even if you fail it, and then maybe you'll get another check if you do very well on a roll, or you succeeded in an important moment today.
Since I critted on that first aid, can I have a check on that?
Yes.
Can I have his also?
Yes, you can.
Okay.
Would anybody else like Ian's crit first aid check?
Could I get Ian's hit points?
Yes. Of course, those last three things were actually no's. Come on, guys. We play according to rules. It's very important. Okay. So everybody is waiting in the bushes, and this person is headed directly toward you. And unless people are going to leave this location and run away, this person you can hear moving through the brush toward you right now.
Oh, Quincy is not in the bush, by the way. Hidden so badly that he did not act like near the bush, but not in the bush. Just standing.
Right. Yeah, you guys are not hidden, except for Helen Klein.
We should spread out. We should spread out so we're not all bunched up.
From what? From
Okay,
that?
okay.
From who? From this?
Maybe,
Hello?
maybe, yes, maybe
Who
we
is
just
that?
talk. Hello, sir, ma'am.
Ma'am? Sir?
Finally, this white-robed figure walks into this little clearing where you guys are at by the river. She's very beautiful. She has beautiful olive skin, long black flowing hair, and a almost like pristine white robe with an enormous, it looks like gold or some kind of precious metal medallion. And Ian, you particularly noticed the center of the medallion looks like another eye of Mordigian. And she is like, travelers, hello.
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 I'm Quincy Ferrymore, big game hunter extraordinaire. These are my
Quincy.
compatriots Ian Pembley, Valda LeBeau, Isla McGregor, and Helen Klein. My God,
Yeah.
where is Helen Klein? Helen Klein's run off again, but she's here somewhere.
She's somewhere. Can I grab this lady's hand and kiss it as he introduces Isla McGregor?
And when you do that, the woman kind of runs her fingers through your hair, Isla McGregor, and then looks at kind of like the lapel of your jacket and like the various items you're wearing on you. And she's like, the children of Seth. Am I to believe that you have descended from the upper world?
Oh, yes. Up there, from a hole, there's a hole over there that we came through, right? Up that mountain. Are you touching me now? All right. Yes. Okay. We've just met, but yes. All right. Is this how you? I'll do the same.
Your blood
Hello.
has been corrupted by Mordigian. Yes.
I'm sorry. Who are you? Because you know who we are at this point and where we've come from, but we don't know anything about you other than your beautiful olive skin and long, luscious hair. It's just.
My name is Thorn.
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 Is there a P at the beginning of that?
Is it like THAUN?
On.
Do not speak.
Okay, and where are we?
You realize that
Where-
she is she doesn't understand you talking about P's and R's and Q's and things like that. But you do realize that she's kind of speaking to you in more than just like verbally, like you're kind of hearing her voice in your head a little bit, and that requires a sanity roll from everybody.
And forgive me, we're trying to roll under our sanity, right?
That's right. Only roll over when you're trying to improve a skill.
You can't use luck for a sanity roll, can you?
You cannot.
Okay.
I failed mine.
I failed that as well.
I failed.
Failed.
Okay,
Yeah.
anybody
Succeeded.
everybody that fails takes only one sanity loss from this. You've seen a lot of weird shit. This isn't that weird, but it is unnerving to have someone sort of speaking into your head.
Oh, no.
I'd ask her, but she said Ferrymore was cursed or corrupted by Mordigian. I'd say, have you seen this before?
Oh, you're showing her the eye?
No, she said that Quincy was corrupted, right?
his
yeah.
condition.
I'm referencing that.
He has been chosen by the
Ooh.
carnal god.
Okay.
Is there any
What-
cure? Any recourse?
He is of the coming race. Those that will take the inheritance of the fallen world. When the gods, the true gods, finally rise from here in Hyperborea, you will inherit the earth. And she scratches Quincy Faramore behind the ear.
But I don't suppose there's a cure, some way we might restore our companion to his former self.
Yes.
Wait, Pembley, you don't want me to inherit the earth?
Oh,
If you
I'm just
spoke,
getting all the options.
Oh, sure. All right.
if you spoke to the true gods, if you made them hear your voice, and if they find your gift pleasing,
Our gift.
any gift that you give them, an offering, then they might aid you.
And where might we find these true gods?
Why, in the city of the gods, Giharn. And she points above to the ziggurat.
Now I will point to her Eye of Mordigia-esque jewel, and I'll be like, that jewel you have, I don't suppose that gives you any additional insights into the world?
Now, why does that jewel look extremely familiar?
We must know when the time to rise will come. We must see ahead through the many centuries and millennia to when the earth above will fall and the true gods will rise. And therefore we all carry one of Mordigian's many eyes, so that we may see as he sees and know when our time has come to walk the earth again.
When is it, roughly speaking?
It could be tomorrow.
Oh, very soon. All right, then. Best
Or
get
it
a
could
move on
be
then.
10,000 years hence. It is not for us to question or wonder. The eye tells us when we look into it.
I don't suppose you're suffering any ill health effects from your time with the eye?
You must be careful. If you become addicted to the insights of the carnal god, he will plant his seed with... That's a horrible phraseology.
Go on, yes. Say
He
that.
will
Too late.
infect you.
I
He will
really plant,
infect
I
you.
really plant a seed.
He won't
Infect you with his seed,
I
Pembley.
misspoke. He won't plant his seed. It was a language barrier problem. He will infect
Sure.
you with his flesh. No, you get what I'm saying.
He'll have sex with you.
Okay.
No. No.
I
Jack.
don't.
Is this
I don't-
robed figure? Does she have her back to the bush as everyone came out from the bush?
Do you mean is she have her back to you, Helen Klein?
Yes.
Well, since you critted that stealth roll, I think it's fair to say that she does.
Excellent. Now, I did go for a swim in the river and lost my gun in the process because I left it on the bank. But of the 11 javelins we found in that room, I took 3 of them.
Just to be
Yeah,
clear,
you did.
we're playing Call of Cthulhu, but Becca is playing Assassin's Creed.
Assassin's
right.
Creed, Inner Earth.
I want to slowly rise up out of the bushes. I pull one that was strapped to my back and try and stab her through the heart from the back. Because I think that Isla would really like to have that necklace.
I do.
So-
I do. Yes.
So suddenly Helen Klein springs up. She's got a javelin in her hand, and this is so strange and terrifying that I kind of want to let it happen. But I do believe that your compatriots would see you rise up behind the person they're talking to.
Well, it's
Right.
so interesting because I was
All right.
about to ask if I could ask for the gem itself and reach out. If I see Helen coming, I might be inclined to say, "What's that behind you?" and try to grab her
Very good. Okay. So you're gonna attempt maybe a fast talk on her. You're gonna roll throw, Helen Klein. You're gonna attempt a fast talk, Isla McGregor. Would the others like to do something? If you'd like to stop this from happening, I'm gonna say it's gonna require like a dex roll that is better than Becca's throw roll.
Yeah, I think I would absolutely try to stop that from happening.
Yeah, I think I would try to stop it. Yes.
I would try. She's been a
This feels like
font of information.
I
indiscriminate
gotta
murder.
push my roll, Jared.
Okay,
gotta
I'll
push
allow
it.
you to push. I'll allow you to push. No problem.
It was
Do I need-
almost the exact same.
Do I need to do two? One is fast talking, but what about the grabby?
I think your fast talk serves as like a way to get close, as a way to confuse or
Ugh.
disorient her long enough for you to get your hands on it. Is that okay? Does that
That's
work for
fine.
you?
I
Okay.
failed.
Oh, okay. So you're kind of like trying to keep her attention, and you immediately alert her that something's wrong because all of your companions are kind of moving toward her, and you're just trying to keep her attention. But she turns, and that means she's going to get a dodge against. How did you do with your throw roll, your pushed throw roll, Helen Klein?
I failed.
That means something horrible happens.
I did
How-
succeed in the dexterity to stop her, though.
How
Can I
did
try to grab it and play it off like she was handing me a javelin?
you can try that? Yes. So here's what. So I just want to know before I narrate. How did Ian Pembley? How did you do? Did you try to stop it?
I did. Am I trying to beat her roll or just?
Well, she failed. So did you succeed or fail?
I failed on a dex against myself.
Okay, so you probably won't be key in this little exchange. And Valda, how did you do?
Same. I failed against myself.
Okay,
well,
so
well. It's the
here's what
man
I'm gonna
who is the
roll.
monkey.
Quincy Barrymore, in his with his pharaoh Mangani like grace, suddenly like leaps up and grabs the javelin out of the air before it slices into the neck of our friend Thawne. But the other thing is that Thawne was alerted that something was going wrong, and we know that Helen Klein pushed her roll and failed, and so Thawne saw all of what you were doing, Helen Klein, and in fact, suddenly she goes, and her skin starts to peel away, and her head like kind of sinuously like bursts free from her chest, and the robe falls free, and you guys are all looking at a creature that is humanoid but serpentine with a long serpent-like neck. And because you pushed and failed, she is going to get a free attack against Helen Klein as her adder-like head snaps at Helen Klein. Oh, by the way, everybody roll sanity.
I've
Oh,
seen this.
no.
I've seen this before.
I failed.
Oh my god.
I failed again, man. Tonight is not the night.
Mhm.
I did
Yeah.
great.
Only
Okay.
one of us may succeed on each roll.
Yeah.
Okay, so if you failed, tell me right now. Oh, wow. Okay, so let's do for each person. Quincy Ferrymore, you take 5 sanity. Ian Pembley, you take 1 sanity. Helen Klein, you take 4 sanity loss. Who else failed? Isla McGregor, you take 3 sanity loss. Valda, you succeeded?
Yeah.
Okay, great. Quincy Ferrymore, you're the only one that took 5 or more, so you must now, unfortunately, make an intelligence roll. Oh no, this is good for you. If you succeed, you're going to go temporarily insane. But if
What are
you
the odds of
fail,
that, though?
yeah, if you fail, you can continue to act.
Oh my god! Wait a minute. Yes, I succeeded.
Oh, that's bad. Okay, I know exactly what happens to Quincy Ferrymore right now.
Oh boy.
Quincy Ferrymore, I'm not going to roll on the chart, even though I love to do that sometimes. I'm going to tell you that you go
Roll on the chart in
completely
your heart.
feral monster now. Like Quincy
Oh.
Ferrymore, there's been one thing after another. And when he reached up and grabbed that javelin, it just the Mangani side of him has been unleashed. And Quincy Ferrymore, for the next 6 rounds, you are a dangerous monster that will hurt anybody near you.
Do I
if
get
you
to do it?
You get to do it your way. Absolutely, you do. Now I want to tell Helen Klein the very bad news, which is that Brent Thawne's fangs land right in your chest, like hard, like, and you feel like poison pump into your chest cavity and into your bloodstream. You need to make a extreme con roll.
But none of my dice are lucky tonight.
It's gonna be a short episode.
I'm gonna watch a show after this.
That's definitely not gonna do it. A 53. No,
A 53?
just a regular success.
Okay, so you just took 10 damage.
That's yeah, out of 11. Okay.
Okay, so you are gonna now roll con one more time to see if you've taken a major wound and if you even stay conscious, because you didn't lose all your HP, but you lost one.
Holy shit.
Oh, there's the 2 I needed.
Okay, so unbelievably, Helen Klein doesn't take a major wound and stays conscious. You're like laying on the ground, like, you know, sort of like looking kind of pale green and gray, like coming up your neck from where this thing bit into you. But now it turns to the rest of you. Thawne has revealed its true form. And now let us take it in dexterity order. I'm going to rule, unless people want to argue with me, that nobody actually had a gun drawn. Nobody told me that they had. So it will be a short action to draw a gun, and then you can move. It'll be your action to draw a gun, then you can move this like first round, and then after that you can fire, you know, first every round. But nobody was.
When I knew that person was coming down the slope and I was in the bush, I feel like I would have taken my gun out. But I don't want to like.
I don't know. That very
actually fair.
woman
That's actually
seemed to
very
have
fair.
Are you
told-
arguing with me, Andrew Orvidal?
I should have said it. I forgot that.
You all trusted her.
Did you
I would have
succeed?
taken everyone's
Did
guns
you
and
succeed at your
buried them in
sanity
the
roll?
ground.
No, you didn't, right? You didn't succeed at your sanity roll, did you?
No, when she transformed, I did not.
Okay, so what I'm going to rule is, even though you don't go temporarily insane, like it, you know, your gun is like you stop thinking about how to like keep it up and trained and ready to fire. Is that fair?
Yeah.
So let's begin, and I think that what I want to do is go Quincy Ferrymore first, since he's in a scary kind of state, and then I'll go through the rest of the players.
Great.
So Quincy Ferrymore, what are you going to do?
Who is literally the closest living being next to me that I would like? What is the first thing I would lock eyes with?
It would be the creature. It would be Thawne.
Well, then, unless I have a sort of like pre-natural reason to not swing at them, that's what I would swing at.
Okay. Very good. Then we'll go ahead and make your
And
feral
the javelin is still in my hand, right?
that is correct. The javelin is still in your hand.
I don't think this beast knows how to use a javelin, but I think if it was in my, no, I think I'd probably throw it away because it's like a tool, right? Yeah.
That's right. Yeah, it's a tool.
I don't think Quincy in this state has any idea how to use a weapon. So this is just like clawing at its face.
Okay. Yeah, that makes sense.
Oh, that's bad. That's 65 over fighting brawl. 60. I don't think I can use luck in this mind state though, right? I'm like,
oh, well, luck is sort of the universe. So if you'd like to, you may.
Yeah, okay. I'll use luck.
Okay, great. So you use 5 luck, and basically you like, you know, you're slashing at her with your like feral claws, but you kind of stumble onto her finally and kind of get purchase in her and in her flank with your claws. And I'm gonna say, go ahead and roll a D3. Do you know how to do that? You roll a D6 and just kind of 1 or 2 is a 1, 3 or 4 is a 2, and then go ahead and add 2 damage for your claws.
Great. So that's 3 damage.
Great. Okay. Let's see. Okay. All right. That was Quincy Ferrymore. So Quincy Ferrymore is literally wrestling with this creature on the ground right now. or like not on the ground. They're not laying down, but they're kind of like wrestling. It sounds like this though. And then it is going to be Isla McGregor's turn, since she is our most dexterous person.
Yeah, I'd like to, if you'd allow it, perhaps a hand on the gun, but it's not. I'm not wanting to pull it out just yet. I'd like to try to get Snake Lady's attention and say, "Oh, hey, oh, I think it's a misunderstanding, darling. She's a chosen one, like us."
Okay, so you're going to try to fast talk her while she's wrestling with our ghoulish friend Quincy Ferrymore. Okay, I'll allow it. It's going to be an extreme difficulty right now to kind of get her attention. But
is it a lie? I mean, like isn't fast talking like pulling one over? I'm just going off what you told us.
Well, you did say that you're claiming that someone is a chosen one or something. Is that true?
She said we were all chosen ones a second ago.
Okay, I'll allow you to use persuade, an extreme persuade roll. No problem.
It's not. It's going. I'll stick with fast talk.
Okay, very good. It's an extreme fast talk roll, and I want you to go ahead and roll it and yell what you're going to yell at her, but keep it. You're yelling at her while she's fighting Quincy. Tell me what you yell at her.
Wait, what do I? How much difficulty? What did I need?
You needed an extreme success, so that's a 1/5 of your skill. It's the little number on the bottom right.
That's a no.
Well, I'll tell you what you do see, though. That's okay. I figured it might be, but I'll tell you what you do see from interacting in this way. You notice that her necklace has been ripped off. It's fallen with her garments and rolled a little toward you. And you do have a move action.
Can I move towards it
and grab it? Yes,
Yeah.
you may. And now that is done. Okay, now we're going to go to, it is going to be, I'm going to skip Thawne and Quincy because they've done stuff this round already, but then we'll go into just the pure dex order next time. Now it's going to be Valda LeBeau. Valda LeBeau.
Okay. Valda would, oh God, I guess she's going to try to. God, does Valda want to shoot this lady, guys? I don't know.
Yes. She's a snake
This
monster.
is not a lady anymore, right? To be clear,
Okay.
this is not a horrible monster.
She's a
Yes.
snake lady, though, right?
Oh, sorry. That's rude of me. It is a snake
Val-
lady.
Valda would like to. Ooh, wait. What can I? Is this when I can use my? No, I should use the revolver. I'm going to use the Bowman revolver, and I'm going to shoot at her.
Okay, I'm going to allow it because Valda was the only one who made her sand roll. So normally guns would go first, but we'll go ahead and we'll say this happens now. Go ahead and take your shot, Valda.
Ha! God damn it.
Well, to know.
Push.
Oh,
you
How much of a failure?
you know what? I'm going to push. I'm going
Sorry.
to push.
I lied.
I'm so
Yeah.
sorry you can't in combat.
Damn it.
Can't
I
push
don't
it.
think he's sorry at all.
Yeah.
How much of a failure was it? Was it a critical failure? What did you roll?
I rolled 100.
Okay. So I'm going to rule that this is awful, and I'm sorry that this happened, but this is what happens with the dice sometimes. Your bullet actually hits Quincy Ferrymore, who is wrestling
God.
the snake creature. And so, Quincy Ferrymore, would you please roll your gun damage, Miss Valda LeBeau?
Me? Against
Yeah, you're rolling your damage because you hit him.
Okay, and that's what a D10. A
I
D10.
have it here.
This is where the bad rolls
D10.
always turn around.
It's a D10.
Okay, a D10. I rolled a 7.
Youch!
Oof.
How many HP do you have, Quincy Ferrymore?
I now have 8.
Oh.
So you have 8 after you get hit for 7 damage, or
15 hit points.
holy shit! I forgot your guy's a big strapping man. Okay.
Not even half my
he's an
hit points.
ape monster too.
Yeah, he's an ape monster as well. Okay.
I don't even notice the bullet.
Wham! I can't believe it, but he is still moving. Maybe you're all a little scared by this. It takes like 2 bullets to even put him down. And that is when we will come to Helen Klein. Helen, you mentioned that we may have missed something. What was going on?
Oh, I did?
Well, you said I lied earlier, and I was wondering what you meant.
Oh, about being able to push during combat.
Ah, okay, no problem.
Unrelated game, sorry.
No problem. So,
no,
Helen Klein, you're
but
still awake. You're laying on the ground. Poison is pumping through your body. What would you like to do?
I want to know something from the keeper. Do I see
Good.
a mirror-shaped item on Isla McGregor's person?
Make a spot hit roll.
Or that's what I'd like to see. I'm also interested if I see the Eye of Mortigian necklace fall. Yeah. Oh, we got it. We got a hard success.
You see where the mirror is kind of like, because Isla's been moving quickly and digging around in the dirt, and she's taken some hits and stealing the mirror. You see where just the little top of it is sticking kind of out of her satchel. And here's what I'm going to let you do. I think this is funny. Because you are so badly hurt, if you can give me a con roll, you can reach over and grab it this round.
Okay. I mean, I was going to ask her, but if I'm able to get it, then I'll just get it.
Oh,
I think a 16 will do it.
Oh, amazing. So Isla McGregor reaches her hand shaking and pulls the red mirror out of the satchel. Wow, look, we've reached the climax of the game, and we never even made it into the ancient city, everybody. I'm having a great time. Here we go. You have that. That will be important in just a minute, Helen Klein, and I'll tell you why in a moment. Ian Pembley, what would you like to do, my friend?
We all were under. We know that Valda went and buried that mirror, correct? That's
right.
That Helen has not pulled out of that satchel.
Yeah.
Do I notice?
Yeah. Do I need to roll to spot her?
No, I'm going to rule that you guys don't need to roll to spot this happening, because
the slow-moving dying woman just.
Yeah,
I don't know. There's a snake and monkey battle happening. Are you sure?
That is a good point. No, that is a good point. Okay. Yes, you do need to roll spot hidden, but I'm not going to make it hard or anything. It's just a straight up spot hidden roll to notice this.
Okay. Is this going to consume my
God woman?
action?
No, this happens instantly with your eyes and mind.
All right. I did very, very well. I got a hard success.
Check it. What would you like to do?
If I saw it, I mean, I will yell to Valda, like, Valda, the mirror. And then I'd like to run over and kick it out of Helen's hand.
Okay.
I'm just trying to live.
Okay, so here we go. I'm going to allow you to try that this round. Go ahead and give me a fighting brawl roll.
Oh, great. My worst.
You can have a bonus die because she's laying on the ground prone.
Great.
Can I resist and also roll my fighting brawl?
You could roll a dodge if you'd like, Helen.
I'm just trying to hang on to the mirror, not avoid the kick.
A ground dodge.
Okay, I'll allow you to roll, since you're so badly hurt, a hard brawl roll to resist it.
I got a success.
Wow, check that as well. Well, let's see if you check it. How'd you do, Helen Klein?
Oh, no, I got a failure. Sorry. I got a failure. But I'll use luck. Can I use luck in a combat?
You can use luck in a combat. How much would you have to use?
5.
Okay. Helen Klein, how'd you do?
Just a regular success. I only have the basic.
How much did you succeed by?
I got 23 on 25.
Okay, so I'm going to rule, unfortunately, I really wanted to see the mayhem happen, Helen Klein, and maybe it still will, but Ian Pembley does manage to run over and kick it out of your hands. Guys, it's total chaos, dogs and cats living together, and now we are going to go.
Can I ready my gun, or did I waste that kicking the mirror out?
I'm going to say you can also ready your gun. You said it was out in your hand, so I'm going to say you can also ready your gun. Now we're going to go back to the top of the order, and we're gonna start with Isla this time. We're gonna go in regular dex order now. Isla, what would you like to do?
Make a quick. I assume at this point, with Ian kicking it and everything, I see that the mirror has departed.
Has gone. Yes.
Yeah.
I also yelled to
Natural.
Valda to point. Yeah,
Right, yeah. I'm going to make a quick, like, how did that get there? And then I'll pull my gun, I suppose. Because that'll be a whole action, yeah? Pulling the gun?
Yeah, and you could move somewhere too. So do you want to pull it on anybody in particular? Do you want to just do you want to get near the mirror? Do you want to get near Helen? Whatever you'd like to do.
I will. Oh, actually, yeah. Well, if Helen was in reaching distance, I suppose she's right next to me. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Okay. Ignore the gun. Then I'll just go and try and. Can I do first aid on Helen right now?
I'll allow it. Sure. Yeah, and if you get a hard success, you'll stop this poison, which it might do more damage to her soon and end her life. Let's find out what happens with that right now.
And I can't push this because
no, it's combat, so it's
Right.
happening quickly.
Yeah, I failed.
Okay. I'm sorry. You're trying to do what you can, but this wound looks really bad. Maybe Helen's looking up at you like, "Is it bad?" And you're like, "Hey,
No, I say, get me the mirror.
I tried the thing where you're like sucking out the poison or whatever, but I've only read about it in stories, and it's not working so well. It's a bit disgusting.
Now we come to Quincy Ferrymore. Quincy, you are still in your feral state for 5 more rounds. What do you do?
Is there any reason that I would have seen the mirror more than the snake person I am currently? Well, I guess I did get shot.
You did get shot. Mm-hmm.
But I'm like in a locked combat with this monster thing, right?
Well, it seems like it is intent on hurting you. Yes.
Yeah, I want to rip its eyes out with my hands.
Great. Give me another fighting brawl roll.
Do we not do guns first anymore?
We do. I just forgot.
Okay.
So
boy.
since everybody's going to pull their gun, we'll go ahead and make sure that those happen.
I just wasn't sure. If
That's a.
Oh no! That's a great question because that is how the rules work. We will make sure that if there's any kind of order problem with the guns, we'll make sure we rule that the guns went first. Okay, Quincy, how'd you do?
That's a 2. That's an extreme success.
Ooh, okay, roll your
Yes.
Remind me how that's just like 1d4, right?
It's a D3 for you for just punching, but then you add 2 damage for your claws.
I also have I have a 1d4.
Oh, and your D3 plus a D4, and then 2 damage for your claws.
Okay, so D3, D4. Okay, D3 is 6, so divided by 3, that's 3. D4 is also 3, that's 6, and then plus 2 for the claws.
Yeah.
That's 8. That's 8.
You
8
just did
to the
damage?
eyes. 8 gouging eye damage.
Oh shit. Okay. Well, unfortunately, so Quincy's like on top of Thawne, the serpent person, like ripping out her eyes. But it is now her turn, and she snaps at Quincy Ferrymore, and she succeeds by quite a bit. Yes, you may try a dodge, but I'm going to make it hard just because you just described yourself as truly grappling her. So it's not like you're just like,
yeah.
"Ugh."
How would a dodge even work in this scenario?
I will allow it. It's just going to be a hard, difficult.
Okay. I can't imagine that succeeds. 40. No, does not. Not bad. Bad dodge. More about eyes than dodging.
Well,
bad dodge. Bad dodge.
Bad
sorry. I hope so. Everybody agrees that dodge ruling was on the up and up because
Hey, you can
here
tell me that.
comes the damage. Okay. Let's see. All right. Here comes the bite. Okay. Plus the damage bonus. Okay. And then plus. Oh, now you. Okay. So the bite it only gets you for 1, Quincy Ferrymore, if you can believe that. But now you must roll your constitution. And that's where things get hairy.
Great.
Get
Or
it? 'Cause
scaly.
it's Ferrymore. It works either way. It really works either way.
Yeah.
I succeed.
Wow.
I have a lot of constitution.
Nicely done. You only take 1 damage from that, unbelievably, and you are still up and running. Possibly it's your strange ghoul physiology at this point. Okay, so now who, Valda, are you going to fire a gun?
Oh God. Okay. I rolled a 12.
What were you doing? Were you firing at someone?
Yeah, I was firing at the snake lady.
Oh, great. Well, this time you extreme succeeded, didn't you? So go ahead and roll your. Well, not extreme, but
Can I dodge
well
into the bullet?
Yeah.
No, you may not.
Oh,
Save my new best
I
friend.
only rolled a 2.
You only rolled 2 damage.
Yeah. You know, it only counts if I'm trying to kill my friends.
Yeah.
Exactly. Okay, no problem. All right. Okay. She's still wiggling and writhing, and then that brings us to Helen Klein. No one that mirror is still kind of laying there a little bit near you. What are you going to do? What are you going to say? Do?
I'm going to grab Isla, who's trying to suck the blood out of my chest wound, and grab her by the shirt, pull her face close to mine, and say, "Get me the mirror. It's my only chance to live. This body is dying."
Or the honey.
Okay.
Honey.
Or the honey. Or the honey.
Yes. Very good. Well communicated. Thing. It's very clear. And now it's time for you to make another Constitution roll. And
10. Got it.
oh, there you go. You're hanging on
Extreme.
tenaciously. And now we come to Ian Pembley.
I'd like to fire my rifle at the snake lady.
Go
Oh,
for
not
it.
at me?
No, I thought I'd mix it up.
You're next.
Okay. Can I use 4 points of luck to make a hit?
You can, yeah.
And I will do that. I'm just gobbling up my luck. All right, so that hits, and then I will roll the damage. She'll be taking 9 damage.
Oh my god.
It will actually be blasted into a number of pieces because your gun finishes her off. And everybody sees what looks like just a big giant snake carcass. There's not even any like limbs anymore. It just looks like a big giant poisonous snake has been killed here on the jungle floor, and dark violet blood drips from the carcass. But unfortunately, there's still a monster near you, everybody.
I know.
Let's go back to the top of the initiative order, but now I am going to do it correctly, everybody. If people already have guns drawn, and right now I'm counting that as Ian and as Valda, they may go ahead and make further shots if they have any shots left.
I believe I need to spend my turn chambering around.
That sounds right. That sounds right.
But can I use my move? Or we don't move yet, right?
You can move if you'd like.
Yeah, I'd like to put some maximum distance between me and Ferrymore.
That makes total sense. So Ian Pembley, always the hero, runs as far as he can away from the battle. So my friends who are using Beaumont revolvers, which would include my friend Valda LeBeau, I think that's what you were using.
Yes.
I think you fired twice, so you should have 2 more rounds, I think.
I do. Oh, I thought it was okay. Yeah, it's 4
yeah,
rounds.
What
That's
I will
good to
say is
know.
that you see that Quincy is still in sort of this feral, agitated state, and is perhaps he's still acting like a monster. So I don't know if you would shoot at him. I don't know if that would make sense. But what would you like to do?
I am wondering how close my rope with the stick is. Like when we ran, were we still holding it? Because I had it and I pulled Isla. You know, we hadn't
Roll your
Did
luck.
we talk about this? Roll my luck. Okay.
Yeah,
We didn't really move. We didn't move very far. We were hanging out. I was
Yeah,
still on my
we
Yeah,
were
I'm
right
just to
there.
see if it's like within like her, reach.
Can I roll my luck? Oh, I'm under my luck.
You're under.
I'm under my luck. Yeah.
Great. It is within reach. You grab the
Okay,
rope
great.
with like the big like kind of log on the end of it, and you can kind of swing it around.
Yes.
But I was asking if anybody was shooting. So
No, I'm not
I'm
shooting.
just gonna let you know that on your action you can grab it and start swinging it around. And now
Okay.
let's go in deck order. Isla McGregor, your turn.
Do I see the mirror?
Yeah, of course you do.
Okay. I'll look down at Helen. Give her a quick kiss. Very quick. Look, darling, I tried. And then I'll run and go for the mirror and keep running.
So you run, you pick up the mirror, and then you keep running.
That's the goal, yeah.
Okay. Give me just a dexterity roll.
Who have I adventured with? These monsters. Literally.
Yeah, a hard success on the dexterity, a 24.
You scoop up the mirror, and as you do, you catch a glimpse of your reflection in it for a moment, and you do not see the face of Isla McGregor. You see the face of an Egyptian princess smiling evilly back at you, a very beautiful and totally inhuman woman in terms of her psychology. Someone who looks like they don't have a bit of humanity in their eyes, smiles back at you, and that is when you, if you wish, may resist with a power roll.
While this is happening,
Mm-hmm.
can I start intoning the litany of that Queen Nitocris's lineage?
Yes, when we come to your turn, you will begin. Yes,
Well,
that is
Isla,
happening.
A battle of the dark gods.
I got a 1.
Holy shit! You are able to resist this so far. You like feel like the corruption of the mirror kind of touch your soul for a moment, but with your 1, you don't even need to make a sanity roll. Now we are at a much waited for turn. Quincy Ferrymore, your main target is gone. You have 4 more rounds of being a monster. What are you going to do?
Did Isla McGregor run past me when she ran away?
She did.
Okay, I'm chasing down Isla McGregor.
Ah, very good. Well, Isla, you made
Like a dog that watched a frisbee go by.
Oh,
There's
yeah.
no thought to it. It's just like,
Okay, you just need to make a dex roll for me, and if you succeed, you can go ahead and leap on her and attack this round.
great.
We don't get to like compete dexterity or anything.
Well, you ran and you got, what did you get? Like a hard success, right? When you did your dex roll.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna make this a little bit of a competition, and also you'll have a dodge coming to you if he succeeds.
Okay.
He did a baseball slide, but into nothing. Not into,
Okay, so he's hot on your heels, Isla. You see him snarling behind you. What is your, let's see, I think your move, Isla, is, because we will kind of turn it into like a proper chase here. Your move rate is 9, and
yeah.
great, Quincy Ferrymore is only a 7. So
And to be clear, I'm going towards the ziggurat.
oh, interesting. Okay, understood. Well, you're very soon arrive at like a place where you kind of need to climb, but let's see how it goes, because as I said, the ziggurat is above you. We're going to come back to those 2 crazy kids in just a moment. Right now, we're going to find out what Valda LeBeau would like to do. Valda, you have this round you grabbed your rope. You have the thing.
Yes.
Would you like to try to lasso Quincy? If you
I would.
like to try that, I'll allow it. Yeah, all right.
That's exactly what I want to do.
Okay, give me a hard throw roll.
Oh, how dare you! I'm never gonna make that.
Well, he's pretty far away. You got to lasso him. It's not easy.
Oh yeah, I did not make that.
Okay.
No.
So sorry, Velda, but I thought that was a realistic difficulty for something like that. So you try to lasso him, but he gets away from you. And now it is Helen Klein's turn. Helen, are you going to intone the spell?
Queen of the king of the fuck it. And I can't remember any of the names. I just want to crawl over to Quincy Ferrymore's pack and start eating his honey.
Okay. Yes.
Heal myself, or maybe do anything to not die.
Yeah, no, that makes sense. So first of all, I want a hard power roll to use the spell for the first time.
I was kind of giving up, but if you
want to give up on the spell, that's okay. You're allowed.
Well, I mean, I literally was just couldn't even think because the pain was so suffocating that I thought about it and changed my mind to just eat honey.
That's okay. Let's see if that honey is, is his pack still on him? We don't know. You have to make a luck roll for me.
My luck has been 12 since the start of this game.
Okay, well, let's see.
I rolled 15.
Oh,
really good roll.
Brutal.
But not good enough.
Roll well. Look, your next con roll isn't coming up till next time, so maybe you will try the spell or something else. But I can't. I mean, I guess as the GM, I could just say, "Hey, that pack's there with the honey sticking out." But I'm going to be a bastard and say that he's loping after Isla, and it's on his back. Sorry. Okay, so now we come to Ian Pembley. You've gotten a little bit away from everybody. What now, my friend?
I think my turn was just I had to chamber around, right?
Okay,
I already took my turn.
Okay, great. So let's go back to the top of the order. And is anybody firing a gun? Is anybody firing a gun?
So I don't know. This is like a.
These guns.
Is there any? Gosh, I don't know. This is a hard choice.
Yeah.
I feel like I don't know that Ferrymore only has 3 more rounds of being a monster in him. I mean, I would think Ferrymore has many more rounds of being a monster.
You have seen this before, but it's maybe been
Did we see him go full?
I'm going to go ahead and make a ruling then here, Ian Pembley. This is something you and I talked about. I think that you just through your head over and over just keeps flashing, all the times you've seen in the Jewel, like Ferrymore ripping and biting at people and like becoming this feral beast. And you see black veins slowly start to creep up your arm, almost emanating from wherever you keep the jewel on your person. And I think that you aim and that you fire.
Yeah, I think you're right. Okay. But I missed. I got a 70 over 40.
Oh, well, that's good. Bang! No hit. And so
how close is it?
Is anybody else firing a gun? Firing a gun before I go into the regular dex order? Okay.
I'll use my movement to I'll cross over to where Helen is laying, and I'll kind of like crouch down near her, like in a shooting stance.
Oh, good. Well, that'll probably give you bonuses next time as you kind of get nice aimed and steady. So if no one else is firing a gun, then we go to the chase between our friend Isla and Quincy, who happen to be right beside each other in the dexterity order anyway. So this is perfect. So let's see. It looks like both of you need to roll your constitution.
Oh.
So stressful.
Extreme success.
Not success.
11.
Oh, okay. Not a success and an extreme success. Okay.
I take your poison.
I think that what that does is like kind of eliminate a real chase here. Isla, you reach like the foot of these like hills or whatever, and now I'll allow you to make either a tracking or a spot hidden roll. Just this happens instantly when you arrive in this kind of new location. And Quincy Ferrymore, you've kind of gotten lost in the jungle for a minute, apparently.
Check that out.
That was a bad spot hit and a really bad
So
switch.
all you know is that you're at a dead end, Isla, and the only way from here is up. The only way is to start climbing. Quincy Barrymore, you're behind her, but it's not quite a chase anymore. You've spent your action kind of like loping after her. Do you want to do anything else? You're kind of out in the middle of the jungle right now.
Yeah, I'm gonna say that because I pursued so badly. Are there any trees nearby?
Yes, there's a tree right beside you.
Yeah, I think he just like instinctually trying to find her would climb the tree.
Ah, very good. You can climb the tree. Give me just a climb rolls. Perfect. Yeah.
May I also, in this, like, stash the mirror away? I think after the looking at the mirror, I would have put it up after that little.
That sounds smart.
Okay. Hard success.
Quincy Ferrymore, you see her. You see her right away. You like lope up to the top of a tree and you look down and you see her kind of like, looking up at the edifice of rock before her. And then we come to Valda LeBeau. Do you want to chase them, Valda, or do you want to do something else?
No. She wants to chase them with the rope.
Okay, so Valda comes chasing after them with her rope. And what I'm going to rule is that Valda can cover roughly the same amount of distance that Quincy did. So when she gets to kind of the area where Quincy's up in the tree or whatever, if Valda gives me a spot hidden roll, she'll see him, or a track roll. It's up to her.
Hiding in the tree.
I will do track. I'm better with track.
Okay.
Well, I rolled a 55, but I'll throw some. Can I throw luck onto it?
I'm going to allow it. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay. All right.
So you notice where Quincy is. You see that he's up in this tree above you, and boy, I love that Quincy. This scene is so. You're like, there he is, and you can see
Quincy is sneaking through the tree line, like trying to get the drop on Isla.
Yeah.
Now he thinks he's a sneaky drop bear.
Yeah, he kind of is. Okay, Valda, nicely done. So you have a chance to intercept him. Helen Klein, poor Helen Klein, dragging yourself around. I mean, look, technically you have 1 HP left. You're just waiting for that next con roll to drop where the poison kind of hurts you some more. But right now you can do something. So, and you can even get up if you'd like. So what would you like to do?
That's a great question. I had my hands on ultimate power and infinite life, and then this guy standing over me. Thought it'd be fun to kick my dreams away. I want to look him in the eyes and then just start chanting names of Egyptian kings and queens.
Great. So you are intoning the spell that summons Queen Nitocris, right?
Yeah.
You may go ahead and make that hard power roll to see if the spell goes off. If you fail it, you may push, and we're going to see what happens.
Let's spend 1 luck.
You may spend 1 luck. 1 word was off in your spell. But it's not necessarily you got lucky because it doesn't create a bad situation for you. It summons forth whatever is inside of Ian Pembley, and suddenly Ian Pembley, those black veins start to climb up your face, and they, your entire the whites of your eyes go cloudy with like shadow, and suddenly Ian Pembley's mouth opens, and instead of summoning Queen Nitocris, Helen Klein has summoned whatever the jewel has put inside of Ian Pembley over the years, and his mouth opens, and a cloud of blackness starts pouring out of it and forming into some sort of shape that, while it is amorphous, it has intent. It is an entity. It is a thing with horrid reverse life. And so Helen Klein, and who's near you? Nobody else. Helen Klein, you must roll your sanity. Ian Pembley, you're about to take some damage, I'm afraid, my friend.
88. No.
Oh, that's no good. No. Let me just see what it costs to see this thing. Ian Pembley, you take 11 damage.
Holy crap.
Okay, so if I go If that exceeds my hit points, what happens?
So if it exceeds your hit points, it doesn't necessarily kill you, but it definitely knocks you out no matter what.
Okay.
And right now you need to go ahead and make a constitution roll for me to see if you've taken a major wound.
Okay. That would be a huge fail on the con.
No.
Not 100, but I failed.
Okay, so yes, so you fall to the ground. Your character is unconscious. Your character is unbelievably not dead, but will die without medical attention soon. And out of your mouth comes this amorphous cloud that starts forming into wicked bees, an enormous swarm of like eldritch bees.
There they
But
are.
these bees kind of form into like intelligent shapes and symbols. And Helen Klein, how'd you do on your sanity roll?
I failed.
Failed.
You
And
become
there
bees.
the rule that it's going to be this many sanity.
Ooh,
That sounds like
a lot of
multiple dice.
jingling.
It was multiple dice, but unbelievably, it was 4 sanity loss. So somehow these the dice are saying weird things today, but Helen Klein, you're still light there looking at this thing. But this thing now gets a turn every round.
So do I have a specific major wound, or I just check major wound?
We will decide what it is, but I think that I'm going to call it right now massive internal hemorrhaging, which basically means like he'll never be the same again. Does that make sense? Probably if he survives this adventure, I'm going to make him take a bunch off of his constitution.
Yeah.
I'm
and
hoping.
I'm going to let him control. I'm going to let you control what this weird cloud of bees does as well. I think that that's a fun wrinkle as well. And I'll let you know where in the initiative order it goes. Okay. So let's see. That was Helen Klein. And that brings us to Ian Pembley. You know what? I'll just let this thing go on Ian Pembley's turn. So, if you don't act like an eldritch dark god, if you don't act like Mordigian, Ian Pembley, then I am going to take control away from you, Andrew. But as long as you act like Mordigian, we got no problem. So what do you think this cloud of satanic bees does upon pouring itself out into the world?
Wow. I don't know really anything about Mordigian other than he corrupted me. And
Well, be sure to get it exactly right according to the old stories in the book. Because
can I just ask one lore question just before I make my decision? Would Mordigian be like grateful to be summoned forth to escape?
Mordigian is one of the great old ones, one of the elder gods. It cares not for the affairs of mortals. It is the great and final heat death that is coming to us all. It is the force of death itself. You are now the Grim Reaper in its most horrid true form. The mask has been ripped off of the concept of death. All the petty little concerns that we use to kind of hold death in our little human brains, that's gone. And now real death is staring everybody in the face. So just make actions based on that.
Okay. No, okay, cool. Just to make sure. So pretty chill. Just making sure. Yeah, and I mean Helen being the only one around, I think this cloud of satanic bees, these eldritch bees, sort of almost descend in like a half dome over her, almost like taking her in as the person that summoned them forth.
Yep.
And then they're just going to completely swarm her and coalesce around her and carry her body up in the air and then just begin like shredding it, sort of like a tornado of glass.
May
Great.
I just say that I am unafraid, and I think that this is Queen Mutakris making me one of hers.
That's beautiful. And so you will get a final speech about that because I think that this is definitely happening. Roll 80% fighting, Ian Pembley.
Oh,
Oh, I'm sorry, Mordigian, the carnal god.
Oh, thank you.
We're
You got it right.
Son of Eldritch Beast.
I got a 50 under 80.
Okay, and now roll 7d6 damage.
Holy
Oh God!
It's okay, I only have 1 HP, so I think we know.
Yeah, but it's kind of cool to roll it, right?
Yeah,
I mean, we
okay.
don't have it. We don't have it.
How dead is Helen Klein?
Here we go.
Yeah.
Negative 80 dead.
That would be 29 damage.
Okay, so -1, so that's negative 28.
So once again, by deciding to throw a spell out there, Becca has become the first and only character.
Don't give me
Sorry.
spells.
Chat is lighting up.
What?
We would be remiss if we didn't say, does she dodge the cloud of beams?
Yeah.
Dodge it. Now I'm gonna rule, unfortunately, chat, that you cannot dodge this particular attack, as it is as described a dome of bees. So Helen Klein, as you are lifted into the air, as the razor sharp stingers of these eldritch insects rip you to shreds, and you believe that you are becoming one with Nitocris, the Dark Queen, what are your thoughts, or what do you say?
Yes, humanity matters no longer. I am immortal. Bees will carry me to forever life. The stings, it's good pain.
Look, I kind of want to give you HP for the line "Bees will carry me to forever life," but I think that there is some part of Helen Klein that has been absorbed into Mordigian now, and so I'm going to allow Helen Klein and Ian Pembley to kind of tell me what actions Mordigian takes next.
So I would think that if this is cool with Helen Klein, after the bees have stripped away all of the soft tissue, Helen's skeleton is still hung among the cloud of bees as they sort of are like, it's kind of almost like levitating off the ground.
Can we also like marionette, puppeteer the skeleton mouth when we reach our other companions and talk through that?
Yes,
bees for muscles.
Oh my God, that's amazing. This is why you ask other game masters to play with you. But it speaks with the sound of 1,000 bees buzzing. That's the only thing I'm going to add to that. And now we're going to go back to our other friends. Isla McGregor, you're looking up at this steep rocky slope. You can begin climbing, or you can take a different action.
Okay. I'm being chased by an ape.
Mm-hmm.
I've heard gunshots going off behind me.
And now you hear a buzzing through the jungle behind you.
There is a wall. I am going to just turn and run to try to run back from where we came from. Got my compass out, running through the jungle.
Okay, I understand. That's going to mean a little bit sort of kind of going back. You can go around, but you got to go back to where this huge, horrible ordeal has just occurred, right?
There's no bypassing. Can I use like navigation or something?
Yeah, why don't you use that, actually? Give me a navigation roll, and if it's successful, I think you found like another kind of route, maybe like a gully or something that's going to take you wide around it, but not take you too long.
Success, yeah.
Great. Well done. So you decide, screw Geharn, I'm just going to get out of here with the loot, and now you're kind of running like through this like kind of shallow gully. Maybe water used to flow through it. Now it's like overgrown with vegetation, and you are Freudian slip. It's over. Yeah. So now you're like crawling through these like heavy weeds, so it's a little hard to see you. And now I'm going to go to Quincy Ferrymore. Quincy, you had your eyes on our friend Isla, so you do see her cut back in a different direction, but then she kind of jumps down into some weeds and bushes, and you kind of lose sight of her for a second. Whoa, what's happening? Okay, so what are you going to do, Quincy Ferrymore?
Okay, well, if he can't, he was trying to be sneaky. The target's gone now. I think
2 more rounds of monsterdom, by the way.
Yeah, the natural predator is, I think. Well, okay, how's this? The natural predator is looking for something to hunt, and the tiny bit of Quincy in him wants very badly for that thing to be a dinosaur. So from up here in the trees, are there any dinosaurs that Quincy can that start like stalking through the tree line?
Well
Or is
reasoned,
it just bees?
well
And-
reasoned, well argued. Give me a natural world roll if you'd like, or you could make it a survival roll. And if you get one of those, you'll find a living creature other than one of your companions.
No, did badly. I don't think I have more than 79 in either of those. So
Okay, then I'm going to rule that you leap down toward your friend Valda LeBeau.
does he see Valda, or just he goes in her general direction?
I think he's leaped down in her general direction. He's looking for something to eat or kill. He has after this he has one round of monsterdom left, and this is going to be a tragic scene or a very hopeful one between him and Valda, because it is now Valda's turn. Valda, when you see Quincy leap down out of the trees, what do you do?
Can Valda try to? Because I don't think that she wants to shoot him, and I'm scared of throwing the rope at him. Can Valda just like yell at him and try to be like the dominant person, and try to like alpha him into like chilling out?
Of course she can. I think because he's so crazed right now, she needs to make a hard intimidate roll.
Oh,
I
God.
just want to throw one other
God.
option out there that maybe you haven't considered
Eat
for
the bees.
Valda.
Okay.
Eat the bees.
She could do a fighting brawl roll with the rope, and if she gets it hard success, you could say that she's like grappled him with the rope.
Okay, let's do that.
Yeah, that's a better chance for you, I think.
Ooh, I rolled a 26.
There you go. So Quincy Fairmore jumps down out of the trees, kind of sniffing and like growling, and he doesn't see Valda behind him, who comes up behind him and wraps a rope around him and is like kind of wrestling with him. He has one more round of monsterdom in his brain. We'll see what happens with that in just a moment, because now the Helen Klein, Ian Pembley / Mordigian Gestalt being starts buzzing through the jungle. And what does it do next?
I think before it buzzes the jungle, it regards the prostrate form of Ian Pembley with like black internal blood, spilling out of his mouth, maybe his ears, his nose, and everything. And even though Pembley is unconscious, like his brain is still, dimly firing, much to his unfortunate kind of just dimly, firing in a way that a Mordigian picks up, and it will like descend on him almost like a blanket and consume him as well.
Great.
Trying to make that
For the
same
road,
roll.
though?
I don't think so. Not for the negative HP Ian Pembley. I don't think he would be able to dodge or roll away. So that
Green
body is,
dodge.
that body is inertia dodge.
Yeah.
He just was on a slope. You raise the body of Ian Pembley into the air. The bees rip the flesh and the fabric and even the metal apart. Like they pull apart the gun and everything until there are now two skeletons kind of like floating around inside this like tornado of bees. And because there are two beings inside the Mordigian, Helen Klein, do you want this cloud of evil to do something?
Absolutely I do. I think this cloud of evil bees, I think it's gonna pick up the other eye of Mordigian, right? That probably makes our power stronger.
Certainly.
Oh God.
Another eye starts like floating around inside of the cloud, and
Maybe more bees are
which
coming
other?
to join us. Like real bees are being converted into evil Mordigian bees because they're attracted by all this bee life.
well, you realize actually that you can break open this eye as well. Would you like
It's
to
not
do
on
that?
the ground, I don't think.
Oh
is it?
yeah, we
I-
gotta break it.
Oh
I
wait,
have the eye, the
This
one
is
that
Ian
was
Pimbley's
on Snake
Eye of
later.
Morpheus.
Oh, and the mirror. She has them both. Then I'm going to rule
Oh,
that
then
you
we're
are,
going straight for Isla,
yeah,
and we
that
don't
makes
have to
sense.
climb.
Not only
Well,
do you not have.
I have Mardigian on Pimbley.
That's true.
Oh,
yeah.
that's true.
Okay, would you
That's
like
what
to
I
crack
thought she
that
was
open?
talking about.
So let me make things clear. Okay, so you know that a source of your power is with Isla McGregor, and your cloud of evil starts moving toward that. And by the way, by letting the players operate this god, I'm doing something a little weird, but I don't know. It seemed like a good idea at the time. Look, so this cloud of evil is sort of moving toward, and it can immediately sense the mirror, Natokris, whatever that Isla has on her. So it doesn't need to like make spot hidden rolls and things to sense the sources of its power. It also, at the same time, has the Eye of Mordigian that Ian Pembley was holding. Would it like to crack that open and release more of its power?
Squeeze it, baby.
That shatters into a million ruby chunks, and more bees and more blackness sort of add it to the cloud. And I'm going to rule that your character, your god, now gets 3 actions per round.
Oh God.
And so one of its actions was to move very quickly, flying through the air, and it is now near Isla McGregor. And Isla, I think you see it. And since we are back at the top of the initiative round, I want you to make a sanity roll, because you can see skeletons floating inside of it and chunks of the Eye of Mordigian. And actually, what do these skeletons say in a buzzing voice, Ian Pembley and Helen Klein? This is the part that makes her sanity maybe break. What do they say? What did the
I wish we
skeletons
were in the
say?
same room, because I think we should say things at the same time.
Oh, yeah.
You should do that improv game that
Yeah.
Fred Armisen and
Yeah, the famous Eldritch God with multiple consciousnesses inside of it.
Type it.
I don't know if it's gonna work over video chat. The delay
well,
really messes with that.
I really think
Very
you
fun
should
game.
try.
It can be an
Feel
echo. It can be a
the
buzzy
forest.
echo.
We
We.
I think we gotta alternate.
Oh, I was doing the delay copy move.
Each of you take one word of the sentence. That sounds
Oh, okay,
perfect
cool.
to
So
me.
it said we
Bees.
consume. Oh, go ahead.
Okay.
Brain.
Brain.
It's really
okay.
hard to think with many bee brains.
Yeah.
We want to
Okay.
consume yours.
Look, I think we've had our fun with this moment, and I want to thank you guys for saying, "Okay, I'll try that." Now, I think I want to find out what happened. I want to find out what happened with Isla McGregor's sanity roll.
21, so a success.
A success, very well done. And so you only take 1. You take 1 sanity upon seeing this, and Isla McGregor, you still get an action. This thing is not upon you yet, but it will be very soon. Can you think of a way to protect yourself? Can you think of something that you
Right.
can do?
Can I is there any way for me to determine what it might be after? Like for me to
Yeah, if you just make a intelligence roll, I'm going to allow that. And I also want you to make a spot hidden roll.
Okay. So intelligence first. No. That's a fail on the intelligence.
Okay, so you're like, I have to keep this loot. I'm sure of that.
I came all this way.
Yeah.
Right.
Hey, I
Could've
also
been
want
like
to
a
say,
souvenir.
I also want to say, Isla McGregor, if a player thinks of something, they can just do it. I'm not going to be like, you're not smart enough to realize that. It sounds like you've thought of, you can get rid of that stuff to kind of get it off of your tail, right?
Yes.
Great.
Yeah, I was going to grab what looks least valuable, which I'm assuming looking at, I don't have, archaeology, any sort of looking at a mirror and the gem, I assume the mirror seems less valuable.
It does, sure, yes. Mm-hmm.
So I'll grab the mirror and just throw it as far as I can.
Great. Great. I love it. Give me a throw roll. This isn't going to say that if you fail, it doesn't get thrown at all, but I just kind of want to see. I want to know in the fiction how far it went.
I will use luck to make it a success.
Okay. So
Use
with a
9
success,
luck.
with a success, I think you have successfully kind of like frisbeed it far enough away from you that they can either go in this thing can either go in your direction or in that direction. And so now I want to see how your spot hidden roll went.
Can I push it?
You may, but you got to tell me what is happening that you were suddenly able to kind of really kind of like look at your environment carefully.
I
know that's a horrible.
I hate cocaine.
I've realized that all the rum is gone. I've drank it all.
Oh yeah.
And my sudden desire to get back to my ship, to get back to land, or to the sea, and to get back to my crew is higher than ever, and I need to focus.
You see something up ahead in the trees. It's covered over with vines. It looks like it's been laying there a while. At first, it just looked like a big rock to you, but now you are in your hyper sober state, which you haven't been sober in years. You see a vehicle up ahead. It looks like it was left there a long time ago. Can we see that vehicle? Secret keeper Clinton Trucks.
What?
He's walked away. There it is.
Oh my God.
What?
Yes. And now it doesn't look like that right now. But there is in my version of the story, the way it's happening right now, it is covered over with strange vines.
Okay.
It looks like it's been left here a long time ago. Okay. That is the situation you're in. We're going to go to Quincy Ferrymore now. Quincy, this is your last round as an evil, dastardly monster. Your friend is wrestling with you. What do you do?
Just tied up in a rope, right?
You are grappled by her. Yes, you are tied in the rope. Yes.
This is like what happens when I think you put a cone on a dog that just does that. Like, it's not even, it's just thrashing left and right, like trying to get out.
Okay, great.
Unless you think I saw the mirror go by, which you literally said got frisbeed away. But
I think that's a little ways away from you now because I kind of went off on another path. Yeah.
And just thrashing.
Okay, thrashing. That's gonna make it. I'm gonna say, give me a hard dexterity roll, and if you get it, it means you've kind of, this is hasty bindings. She just got on top of you and started tying you up. If you make this hard dexterity roll, you've broken free.
Okay. Nope.
Okay.
Success, but not hard success.
That's not enough then. Valda LeBeau, it's your turn. You suddenly see Quincy Ferrymore starting to like more humanity coming back into his face. You see him start to kind of like his eyes go, a less glowing shade of yellow. What do you do?
I think she's going to honestly just tighten the rope around him even more and just like try to like talk him out of this animal phase.
Very
talk
good.
Him back.
Yeah, so you could use psychology if you like, or you could use persuade.
Psychology. How do I do? Nope. Oh, they're both the same. Can I just punch him?
No.
Absolutely.
Okay, I'm just gonna punch him.
And guess what? I mean, you can roll it if you want, but I think it just happens.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, I did it.
Boom! Hard across the face. Look, we can roll damage, but like the point is, well, actually, we should because your health is so low. I want to see what happens. Valda LeBeau, you roll a D3, which is a D6, and then we'll just half it.
God.
I don't think that you have a damage bonus. Oh, you do, and plus 1d4.
Oh my God.
All right. Well, I rolled a 5, which is a 3 plus 1. You say so?
4 plus 1d4. You're a big strapping lady.
Oh, plus 1d4. Oh shit.
Yeah.
Okay, here I go. Oh, cool. So that's a total of 6.
Okay. So where does that put you at HP?
2.
Okay, Lindsay Barrymore, if it's okay with you, I'm going to rule that Vada LeBeau has knocked you out.
Yeah.
Okay.
Night night.
Oh boy.
But the troubles for our investigators are not over, because now we come to the Gestalt horror that is Mordigian, who now has 3 actions it can take this round.
Can I ask a quick lore question?
Yes.
Right up top. What would be Mordigian's thoughts or relationship with Queen Nitocris? Was she like an ally or
humble servant and ally? Yes.
Okay.
The high priestess of its cult. Of probably the only no longer, but semi-mortal being that Mordigian even respects or listens to.
I think priority
Helen. Oh, sorry, go ahead.
is Eye of Mordigian over this, peon that worked for us inside a mirror. I mean, we'll take it, but rock first.
Okay, I was gonna pitch that it gives Helen. Does it know that Helen wanted the mirror back when she was alive?
I mean, look, we could ask these questions all
Yes.
day, and maybe somewhere inside of the God Mordigian there is a conference room where people are pitching ideas. I really think we burst to the surface and just decimate the entire population of the Earth. I'll put it on the board. But
can we bisect our horde? Yeah,
3 actions per round, you guys can do both of these things. You can do anything you want. So I hear Helen Klein saying that she's making the god attack. Cool. Well, grasp the eye that Isla still has her hands on. And so Isla, I'm sorry. It looks like an attack is happening. 80% fight roll versus Isla McGregor Mordigian.
Do I get to dodge?
Yeah, you do. Go ahead and give me that 80% fight roll.
Do you want to roll it, Helen?
I'm gonna make Helen roll it.
Okay. Oh, that's an hard or extreme? A 24.
Yeah, that's a hard, I think. Okay, so these bees are flying at you. You hear the skeletons speaking a lot of nonsense. They're like, consume brain. And then this big cloud of bees comes down upon you. Isla, how did it go with the dodge?
Am I allowed to spend a luck point?
You certainly can.
I got an extreme success.
Isla is like, rolling, dodging, doing all these things. Well, yeah, they're coming down through the weeds around her. Yeah, she's rolling, she's tucking, she's rolling. And so now what is a second action for Mordigian, my friend Ian Pembley? And keep in mind, it's just a big black cloud, so it can do this while it's doing something else across 100 yards away. So what else is it doing? You had another thing that you were thinking about?
Yeah, so I can bisect the cloud.
Of course you can bisect the cloud.
Cool.
I'm sending you all the rules that I've come up with for controlling this cloud. It is a 6-page document. Now, how many yards do you want to move the cloud?
Then it will separate, and you'll see the jumble of whirling skeleton bits also sort of separate, and it will go over to where the mirror is with Helen's animated skeleton to retrieve it.
Great. As it retrieves the mirror and lifts the mirror, it sees the face of Nitocris, staring out of the mirror, and does it want to free her?
Yes, it will sort of present the skeleton from the bees will kind of recede from around it. The
mirror cracks, and then suddenly black energy pours out of the mirror onto this skeleton, covering it in this black clay that starts to slowly congeal into a horrifying undead Egyptian princess. And now it gets another action, and I'll give it this action since it gets 3. Part of it now starts searching through the woods for any other living things to snuff the life out of, and it finds let's see, based on this roll, either Barrymore and Vada LeBeau, or it finds some other living thing. So let's see how it does. I'm going to say there's a lot of living things in this jungle. So if it lands on a 5 or a 6, it's found Quincy or Valda on a D6. It does not. Instead, it finds a Triceratops.
No.
Allowing us to use the incredible art that Will Pottorff has done for us. The guy can draw everything, including dinosaurs. And it also allows me to describe a Triceratops. By the way, if you are triggered by gory descriptions, I recommend you just shut your ears for a moment. The bees rip the Triceratops to pieces, like a cow suddenly turning into a bunch of steaks all at once. And so you guys lucked out on that one. The Mordigian creature has not found you yet, and now I come back to Isla McGregor.
Can it have left Notocris now as her own entity, or does she have to travel with the cloud of bees?
I will let you know. I think I have to think about it. Let's see, 3 minutes till we're done. Yeah, I'll have an answer for you soon.
Great.
Okay, Isla McGregor, what would you like to do?
I'm going to toss the stone. It's not worth my life. Throw it and then make for this, what looks like an armored vehicle.
Yes. Okay. So, give me a strength roll. You can run to the armored vehicle, but to get it open, the rusted and vined shut door open, you need to give me a strength roll.
Okay. 47. Yes. A success.
Okay. Isla managed to pop the door open, ripping open the vines and stuff that are holding it shut. And if you'd like, she can climb in this turn. Okay, she does so.
Does the door close behind me?
It will close behind you. Quincy Ferrymore and I say Valda as well. You guys hear a lot of buzzing out in the woods of the jungle, the trees of the jungle around you. What would you guys like to do?
Is Quincy okay again? Is he back to
now?
I'm sorry. Yes. Oh, Quincy is also. We said. Well, actually, Quincy, you didn't go down to 0 HP. So I said you're unconscious. I think yes, Quincy's fine.
I would like to think of it as because the attempt of the punch was to knock the monster out of him, and it was ending anyway. But I would say that it does that. He's probably disoriented, but conscious.
Understood. That's. I agree. So what would you guys like to do? And we can kind of leave, our initiative round and just kind of do you talk? Do you decide what to do next?
Here's a weird question. This is a player question.
Okay.
Because Quincy is the chosen currently, has the blood of whatever this god is.
Yeah.
Am I drawn to it? Does it seem not scary to me, or
yeah, I think that's probably true, actually, but you haven't seen it yet. You just hear this buzzing, so you're not going to go totally nuts yet, Quincy, but you smell it around you and you feel drawn to this buzzing sound out in the woods around you.
I want to see if Quincy can make the hardest intelligence roll to do some reasoning that he's ever done in his life real quick. That's a hard success.
There you go. Wow.
Okay. He turned in a moment of lucidity. I think Quincy turns to Valda and is like, Valda, what I'm going to say is going to sound insane, but there is something coming for us, and it feels good, like the good place where I wanted to go, which ended up being bad. If things go very badly, I think you might want to drink this. I think it might protect you. And he hands her the honey satchel.
Oh God. The
whole jungle is filled with the sound of this
there's
buzzing.
Nowhere to go, right?
Yeah, he doesn't know.
You're at the edge of the temple.
Yeah.
I'm not trying to cheat. I'm just reminding you.
Or we could go.
No, that was actually in my head. Yeah. I would, because in my head, Valda is still wanting to see if she can reverse what's happened to Quincy, and that's the last place. But I also kind of think that she wouldn't just run off without Ian. So unfortunately, I think that she would. I think she would go go check to see if he was okay.
Yeah. And I think Quincy would be like, yes, of course. We're not going without Pambly. Are you crazy?
And so I'm going to say, we are going to leave our combat turn for turn. And I'm going to say that horrifically, both of you emerge. You're kind of searching for the body of Pambly.
Pambly?
And yes, yelling its name, and the buzzing gets louder, and you emerge into a clearing, and you see before you the shadowy, writhing bulk of Mordigian, and you must both make sanity rolls.
Like I said, Valda, consider the honey. That's a success for Quincy.
I failed.
Okay, so the other thing that happens is that the shadowy bulk of Mordigian parts, and Queen Nitocris stands among the spinning bees, and she walks forward. And Valda LeBeau, you lose. I cannot believe what I am rolling. We've got to literally end the scenario, and I'm hoping to blast someone's sanity, and I roll a 3.
Yes.
But you got to stick to the dice. Queen Nitocris starts moving forward and reaching out her hand to you, and you can see the skeletons kind of writhing about, and you can see pieces of Ian Pembly's pomade or whatever flying by you. It's all floating around in this huge tornado of bees. If it's okay with my players who are controlling the god, I'm going to rule that both of these guys get attacked now. And
yeah, but can I add on that beneath her forms a triceratops made of bees? It's like they learned the form, and she's riding it as she comes at them.
Yes, the skeleton Helen Klein is on a skeleton triceratops inside of this.
No. Oh, I wanted to be Nitocris. She's so much more powerful.
Okay, yeah.
Helen's skeleton is in
out and then lifts up onto a. Yep, that's a successful attack. And then a miss against Valda LeBeau. Here comes 76 against our poor friend.
Can it?
Barrymore. 1 second. 14.
It's like a bull, the turtle. What's it called?
This cloud doesn't spare its own people. Just so
that's why I was curious if Mordigian knows that Ferrymore was going to be its servant.
Oh, that's true. That's true. No, because death is part of the initiation, Quincy Ferrymore. If you remember, your brother Quentin died and then returned as a complete servant of the god. And
excited for my next character, full beast, full beast Quincy Ferrymore.
And so you watch as the bees, they don't so much rip Quincy to pieces, because they can't quite do that because he's made of the beast stuff now, but they kind of hollow him out, and now he's got bees coming out of his mouth and out of his ears. Yes, it's horrific. It's a horror game. Okay, everybody, give me a break. Just bees are coming out of every orifice as he's taking up this. And Valda LeBeau, I hate to double jeopardy you, but seeing your friend have this happen to him, I think gives you one more sanity roll.
Especially after all the work we went through. Man, we really tried to.
Yeah.
We did all this just to terrify you.
Can I use my luck if I'm 1 over?
Not for a sanity roll.
As Ian and Helen's skeletal heads float in the cloud and laugh at you with their jaws clapping.
That is 11 sanity to see your friend destroyed. And
how dare you?
And now you must make an intelligence roll.
Me?
Yes,
okay.
Please. Mm-hmm.
Okay. All right. Okay. Intelligent. Oh, I see. Okay. 24. Yes.
That's a success, which is bad in this case.
Yeah.
Oh, bad. No.
This is the part of the game where I was like, wait, what the fuck? What?
Valda LeBeau also, she reaches forward to help her friend one last time. She's just that good of a person. Well, you describe it, Valda. What happens to her in her final moment?
Well, she reaches forward to try to save her friend, and the bees just sort of like consume her hand first and then take over and go through her mouth and out of her ears, and she just gets bead to shreds.
And because Quincy Ferrymore is part of this cloud now, I think one of the last things she sees in the cloud of bees is like a big orb up top and then a smaller basket under it. And there's just these bees that are making this big old hot air balloon.
Meanwhile, somewhere not too far away, you're inside of this device, Isla McGregor.
Yeah.
You don't quite understand how it works. Can you make an operate heavy machinery roll?
The one that has a 1% next to it?
That's right.
No.
Actually, make a hard intelligence roll.
Okay.
If you don't want to roll your 1% operate heavy machinery.
I would prefer, to roll something else if possible. Okay. I'm good. Look, my hands are. I feel like I have to show you.
Oh, I believe you. I can kind of see it. Oh, yeah, that's an 8. Okay.
Constant.
So, you think you figured out how this thing works? You may go ahead and check your operate heavy machinery, and roll it.
Intelligence, right? Oh, but I get to check.
Check operate heavy machinery. You think you figured out how the thing works, and you start to try to like turn dials and knobs and things, and soon like it starts like poof 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 poof, like an engine is revving, and do you want to try to drive this thing? You've got it kind of on.
Yes, absolutely.
This big drill starts moving on the front of it, and you are going crashing through jungle, crashing over streams. In fact, like a raptor type dinosaur just runs out of your path so it doesn't get hit by the big drill. It's like a big, angry looking kind of raptor type dinosaur. It looks like this. But you don't go into combat or anything with it. We just kind of wanted to show that real quick because Will Potter did so many good illustrations, and I took the adventure, and my players took the adventure wherever they wanted. But finally, you see the enormous wall of mountains looming up before you. Not the one back that led to Gaharn, but I said that this was a valley, so you're about to hit the other side of the valley, and it looks like you're going to hit it straight on with this drill. Isla McGregor, what do you do?
Yep. If it's in the direction from where we came, I'm trying to, even if it means going through this hill, go back to where I came as best as I can.
The drill accelerates, the vehicle accelerates, it crashes over the hills, it heads straight toward the wall of the cave, and as the drill hits the side of the mountain, we end tonight's adventure.
Yay!
Isla McGregor survived and was the only
Amazing.
one to
So good.
Was there an ancient city on a hill with 7 or 8 locations in it?
We prefer to stay 20 feet from where we literally started.
Well, yeah. Was there a pantheon of elder gods to speak with and learn interesting lore bits?
All because Helen Klein wanted to throw a spear at a snake woman
She turned out to be
before
an
we
evil
knew she was.
serpent.
We didn't know that.
I
She might have
knew.
been.
I loved it.
Would she
It
have
was
been a
great.
serpent had I not thrown the spear? We'll never
You
know.
never know.
I mean, I had fun. You guys were cracking
That was
me up.
awesome.
Yeah, you guys were so fun. Jesus. Wow. And how often do you get to actually play, the outer gods, right? I mean, that does have the great old ones. You don't get that opportunity a lot.
Wouldn't change a thing.
Now, it does seem as if Queen Atokris has risen and Mordigian once again threatens the earth, but yeah. Do you have like a beehive you could dip it into?
Fed it in some honey.
Yeah.
Oh man. I mean, I didn't think Pimbley was brutal.
It was brutal, but it was a whole lot of fun. You guys, I mean, we're gonna have all these players back. Becca will create her 19th character, and we're gonna have everybody back. But can we just have from the chat one more digital round of applause for our incredible cast and the incredible job they did tonight? Man, these people are so funny and talented, and I just love playing with them.
And thank you for putting up with us.
Yeah,
Oh no, you guys are fantastic. That's the kind of game I like.
Killing most of us. Really impressive. You kept promising.
Yeah, 4 out of 5 is not bad, bud. Feel good about
Not
that.
bad.
You really did it.
I only survived because Becca or Helen said to go after the mirror. Really the only reason I did that.
See, greed wins. Greed is good sometimes.
Can our next campaign be the same character?
And not even one got inside this machine.
Well, it's funny that you asked that, Jack, because we've had several Neptune societies end with like good guys becoming bad guys at this point. So we're kind of unfortunately building a Legion of Doom in the Neptune society that I think we're going to have to see again at some point. But man, thanks again, guys. I'm gonna say goodbye to my incredible players: Zach Reno, Andrew Orvidal, Josephine McAdam, Becca Scott, and Claire Grant. Thank you, guys. We'll see you very soon again on the Stream of Blood. Thank you.
Yes. Bye.
Grazie. Guys, that was a wild, chaotic, insane session. Just how I like them. Please let all of these great players know on their socials how much you enjoyed it. Follow them on all of the social things they do. That was Zach Reno, Becca Scott, Josephine McAdam, Andrew Orvidal, and Claire Grant that you just saw. My name is Jared Logan. I'm going to do some closing business for the Stream of Blood. If someone has a comment or a question, they can shoot it through. I have time for, I think, one. Guys, as always, Sundays are our Vampires of Pittsburgh game. Vampires of Pittsburgh Lockdown is the current storyline. Tomorrow at 2 p.m. Pacific, we have a very special episode planned that you are not going to want to miss. And I'm serious. We are serious. Clint and I are serious when we say it will be a special episode. So please tune in. This Thursday at 4 p.m. Pacific, Secret Game Master Clint and I will be chatting on the Stereo app, a live broadcast social platform where you can actually not only listen in, but you can send us a voice messages and questions. I kind of describe it as it's kind of like Twitch, but audio, you can listen and interact. Follow the link on the screen and follow me at Jared Logan, parentheses, Stream of Blood. There's the link there if you guys want to listen in Thursday at 4 p.m. Next weekend, I don't know if we have another Neptune Society, but there's a lot more stuff coming down the pike. So just stay close to our socials. And I'll get into our socials in a second. Do we have any questions or comments? Yes. May we know what was in the ziggurat, or is that a secret maybe for later? People always want to ask me, GM, the part that we didn't go into, what was in that part? Could you describe it in detail? No, I'm not going to. And the reason why is I might need to use some of that stuff in another adventure. That's the cool thing about writing up an adventure is if you stay with the players and do the things that they want to do and you don't get to some of your stuff, well, look at all this stuff that you can use later. So I wouldn't be surprised if you saw some of it in an upcoming The Neptune Society. Guys, Stream of Blood is also a podcast. Find it on the podcatcher of your choice. Subscribe, download, rate, and review so people know we're doing cool stuff over here. It really does help. So please subscribe to the podcast if you can. Original music for the Neptune Society is by our viewer Warbird. Hear more at soundcloud.com/Warbird. Original artwork is by the amazing Will Pottorff, Pottorff. We didn't even get to all the great pieces he made for this adventure. Yeah, we did. I made all those dinosaurs appear. What did we miss, Clint? Throw it up there. But willpottorff.com is where you can find Will's stuff, or on Instagram. Follow him. And he also sells his art. And I know some of the people on our Discord have been buying some, and you should too, because he does really good stuff. Spread the word about the Stream of Blood. We're on Twitch. You can subscribe for best special emotes and benefits. There we go. Look. Actually, I should have held that back. I could create an entire Cthulhu adventure just on that thing. That could be, what do you call it? That could be Nopke, the Nopke, the famous Nopke of Greenland. See, we're going to use that again as Nop K. All right. We are on Instagram and Twitter, Stream of Blood, on Reddit r/Stream of Bed. The best way to connect with us, and I've mentioned it already, is on our Discord, Stream of Blood, Server of Blood. And because it is also legally required for us to do so, we are on Facebook. I want to thank so much my producers and partners, Brian Baldinger and Clinton Trucks. I want to thank Megan Arch, our social media manager, Matt Moynihan, our YouTube content producer, and our Stream of Blood logo was created by Garrett Ross, and that awesome opening animation is by Ian Pembley, Andrew Orvidal. Thank you, guys. We love you. Until next time, Shub Nugurat, Cthulhu Fatagan. Bye-bye.